Leo, Leo is such a freaking badass movie. Hello, welcome back to the James Rambling Reviews for yet another episode. And in today's episode, you might be wondering, why was I singing that song or that little thing? Well, today's video is all about Leo from 2023, and that's because this is another Indian type of movie that I decided to check out, because if you didn't know, I did a review of The Greatest of All Time a few days ago, and so I'm kind of building off of that notion alone that I actually am dabbling a bit more into Indian cinema, and so this is kind of a different kind of video compared to the past couple of videos that we did about Gladiator and also Transformers 1, so there's that. And so yeah, context is that I absolutely love The Greatest of All Time, so I had to go back and I had to go and watch more Vijay kind of productions, and so there's that. And so I'm not going to get into giant spoilers, I'm not going to dissect this movie for every single scene that happens in the film, but I will just say, plot-wise, what you have here is that this guy is running this cafe. His name is Partiban, right? And then you've got the mafia that's coming after him, and they realise what he's trying to do, and it's like this whole drug cartel, crazy chaos going on. And so the movie kind of unravels, and it starts off, if you know Indian movies already, it starts off as one little simple thing that's happening. It goes into something really crazy, and crazier and crazier and crazier, until that when it gets to the end of the movie, it's like, okay, I understand what happens, kind of thing. So there is that, and the movie is actually 2 hours and 40 minutes long, which sounds like a long movie, but compared to Bollywood movies where it's almost close to 3 hours long, it's actually quite a short film, so there's definitely that. And so let me get into how I actually felt about the movie, rating out of 10 and stuff like that. So if you didn't already know, right, I absolutely did love The Greatest of All Time, and I mentioned that already, but I'm saying this because absolutely I freaking enjoyed the Leo movie from beginning to end. There is no point in this movie where I actually hated the film, right? It's not the most perfect masterpiece movie, but it is absolutely super duper entertaining. And I don't know what it is about this Vijay actor guy, but absolutely he has so much fun, and you can just tell that he absolutely cares about the type of movies that he actually makes. And there is a lot of fun action sequences in this movie. A lot of them are really crazy, a lot of them, there's quite a few that are over the top, and then there's just these kind of like simple action scenes where he's going up against a hyena trying to protect kids in a school and stuff like that, and it's like, yeah, little bit simple. And then there'll be like these crazy bits where there's just a car flipping and there's guns and there's crazy over the top stuff later on in the movie, so there's that. And in terms of an Indian type of movie, is there actually a lot of dancing and singing in this one? Well, this is what caught me by surprise, and I'm not going to spoil like why exactly, but just to say it straight, that this movie is a lot more like story driven, and not like, it is kind of spectacle and it's high energy entertainment, yes, but the story and the characters, you're trying to invest in what's going on rather than breaking into like 5 or 6 songs of dancing and singing. However, there is a theme song in this movie which is so freaking awesome, and at the same time so obvious that in India they actually treat their stars and their like movie stars and movie characters like God or like Jesus, because the theme song in this movie, where you hear the fact that I'm not gonna sing the whole song, but it is actually what I said pretty early into the video about how it's like, Leo, whoa, he's a freaking badass boy, and it's like that, right? It's like, Leo, he's a motherfucking badass type of thing, and it's like, yeah, we know how badass, we know we know where you're going with this one here, like, yeah, he's an awesome dude. But the song itself is actually a banger, to the point where I've been listening to it on repeat on Spotify, and it's just like, oh my goodness, man, this is amazing. And then it's like repetitively they would play this theme song so many times, when, especially in the scenes where they're like, can you please confirm that you're Leo Das Partiban? And then, just for an example, there was this one point in the film where this guy and it's hard to remember every single name because I'm obviously not very good with like languages and like pronouncing things properly all the time. But there's this one guy that looks like an absolute like shredded badass dude who's like, you know what, dude, is like kind of thing, is like, oh, I'm gonna fight you, dude, oh my goodness, kind of thing. And he is just like, are you Leo or not? And then they play this like really weird music. It's like kind of thing. And then what happens, it's like they have this like argument where Party Ban is like, no alcohol, and then there's a whole point where it just goes crazy mode and there's all these crazy action bits. So there's a lot to really unpack about the film, but out of 10, really, I'd give it a solid 7 or 8 out of 10. I absolutely enjoyed this movie, and the fact that it tries to tell more of a story than obviously having dance numbers and dancing and singing like that. There's 1 or 2 dance numbers in this movie, and it is a lot of fun. But yeah, this movie was awesome, and I would absolutely recommend you go and watch this movie. And so yeah, I definitely think that it is just as good as the greatest of all time. I did give the greatest of all time like an 8 or 9 out of 10. This kind of fits into that category of being 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. But no masterpiece, because these types of movies are not made to be masterpiece, they're meant to be entertainment and stuff like that. So yeah, that's my review. Hope you stay tuned for more like it, and hopefully I can get the chance to talk about way more Indian movies, because wow, I was absolutely missing out. This is such a freaking badass genre cinema, baby.